Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spooky AF. My name is Suz, and I'm joined by my delightful co-host, Rob. Rob, tell me about yourself today.
Thank you for calling me delightful. I feel so much better now on this lovely Sunday morning, now that I've been...
Friends support friends.
Yeah, thank you. I am good. I'm actually quite good. I've had a pretty busy week, and I'm just excited to be recording it today. Even though it's only been a week since we recorded, it feels like it's been longer.
Oh, yeah, this last week has felt like mega long.
Yeah, and we are, currently in our end of year, banking of episodes, so...
Oh, yeah, we are. You will not hear a fresh voice from us until well into 2025.
Yeah, so I think today might actually be the day that brings us into, January, so...
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Just so you know, you're listening to this in January, and it is currently early December, so if that gives you any kind of...
Yeah, so...
I wanted to let you know, so ever since we went over to watch your dog that weekend, and I got really jealous of your webcam, I bought it.
Yes, he did.
And holy shit, I am slaying in my meetings.
Yep.
I've got it at the perfect MySpace angle. I've got that portrait lighting on. I am in my baddie Zoom meeting era.
It's amazing. It's like an absolute game changer. I have people in work who are like, God, your camera's so clear. I can actually see you when I'm talking to you. This is brilliant. And it's
yeah.
It auto-corrects on focus and everything. So, you're never out of focus. I'm like, oh, I know.
Well, and it's so good at differentiating, you and then someone walking around in the background.
Yep.
Like the camera that comes on, my work laptop is so shit. It, sometimes thinks I'm a backpack against the wall. So I'm like, well, that's cool. I guess both of us have no hair, me and the backpack, but, it's fine.
So don't read into it too much, Liz.
Yeah, I have to stop. I can't do that. I mean, I'm currently reading Being in Nothingness by Sartre, and I'm just caught in a collapsing dualism of a thing and its appearances, and then my webcam tells me I'm a backpack, and so I really don't know where I am anymore.
I love how academic you are in your reading. I'm currently reading a book about an orc who opens a bookshop and walks away from her life as a mercenary.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
And it's basically entry level child literature, effectively.
I love that. No, I really do.
It's delightful.
I'm just there's just been a bunch of books that I've been meaning to read for ages and then haven't actually sat down and stopped the brain rot to engage with them. So Here we are.
That's more.
I'm trying to better myself, people. It's a fucking journey. I'll tell you that.
That's fair. I'm not. I'm just reading soft fantasy books, basically.
Aww. Before we get started, I have a Gen Z word of the day again.
Oh God! All right, go on, hit me.
Oh no, have you heard of JOMO?
No.
All right, you're actually gonna love this. You've heard of FOMO,
I
right?
have, yeah.
Okay, this one speaks to my DNA. JOMO is the joy of missing out.
I love that.
It's like I could be at home with no bra in my extra large men's Rick and Morty sleep shirt. Amazing. I want this.
I love that. I'm on board with that one now. Well done, Gen Z.
So, no problem. Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to pick one today that I think Rob's going to like.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Jeez, you call me delightful. You've given me some good Gen Z slang as well. I'm concerned about what the story's going to be today.
Well, to be fair, this story is kind of equally creepy, but also kind of wholesome in a weird way. We'll get into it.
Okay.
Okay, you know me, and one of my favorite genres of the paranormal are urban legends.
Yep.
So we've done a few on the pod. We've done the Black Eyed Kids and the lesser band to the Black Eyed Peas.
They're just one record away from making it big.
Yeah, they're like, where is Satan? Oh. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry.
They've got Wish Fergie in their band.
Yeah, they're Temu Black Eyed Peas. Yeah. So okay, we've done Black Eyed Kids. We've done the various places in Texas where there are mysterious lights and the reasons behind them. But today I wanna take us up to the American Northeast.
Amazing.
So before I dive in, I want to go through some of my super cannot be questioned sources. Wink, wink, wink. I have I know. I have Creepy Curiosities, the Encyclopedia of the Impossible, a blog post by an author named Nicholas Mira, which actually may have been the origin of this legend in 2011, but we'll get into it. Only in Pennsylvania website, the City Route, Urban Legends Wiki, and of course, Reddit.
I love this.
So, yeah, let's dive in. Today we are going to talk about the bus to nowhere, also known as the wandering bus.
Oh, the bus to nowhere, otherwise known as the night link on a Dublin bus at 3 o'clock in the morning, leaving Dublin city centre, trying to get you home.
Rob, I think you're being really optimistic. I think the bus to nowhere or the wandering bus is also the bus at like noon on a Tuesday, like in the middle of town trying to get anywhere near where you live.
Yeah, that's fair. That particular night link I'm just thinking of, it's like you wander out of a Supermax at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you can barely see you've had that much to drink, and then this bus just appears like the night bus from Harry Potter.
And you're just like, I guess I have to get on it. I don't know where it's going.
You're like, I don't know which number it is. The bus driver, because he's a Dublin bus driver, naturally he has not given me any knowledge that I need.
No.
And
Do
I
you know
guess
what
I'm
just
on a
popped in my
journey.
head?
What?
Is like you hammered getting onto a mysterious bus in the city center, and like in the background is playing like that closing time, like you don't have to go home but you can't stay here.
Pretty much. That's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we are talking about something. Actually, I would rather get on this bus than a Dublin bus, which tells you something about Dublin transport.
Fair.
But okay, so we're in Philly. We're in the city of brotherly love, home of the Liberty Bell, setting of the infamous queer pub quiz from that one great episode of The Office. And then I'm sure there are other cool things about Philadelphia
Yes.
that I just don't know.
The home of Rocky Balboa. Jesus Christ, Suz.
I've never seen Rocky.
We will talk about that after this.
We will talk about this later. I like how you're like, we're going to put that aside, but we will revisit this.
The home of Rocky
We're going to
Balboa.
take this offline.
The greatest of Philadelphia's creations.
I could, like, if you had said, like, yeah, Rocky takes place in Seattle, I would have believed you.
No, I won't accept this.
No, because he would have had a beard.
This slander I won't accept.
Okay, fair enough. So like any major city in the Northeast, there are buses, which must be nice, because I'm from the American South, and that shit is not allowed.
Yeah.
However, there are rumors that you may find yourself on a lonely, dark night of the soul on an uncharted bus. No destination on the top banner, with the route number just displaying 0.
Love it.
Just quietly approaching out of the dim sodium orange lights into your life.
Love this. Absolutely love this.
I am so vibing with this so hard. So it's like like you mentioned, it's kind of like a darker version of the night bus in the Wizarding World. Like instead of like where the night bus, rocks up and it's like, oh, looks like you need to go to a Diagon Alley. This one is a bit different. So it is said to only appear to people who are at their lowest points, who are resting upon rock bottom but have found a shovel.
So every millennial currently listening to this podcast.
Basically, if every millennial goes to Philadelphia, we can all get on the bus to nowhere. It'll just be all of us wearing like skinny jeans and no-show socks with side parts.
Yeah, how's that 2 once-in-a-lifetime recessions going for you?
Yeah, like, oh, you watched 2,000 people die on live TV in 2001? How are you feeling? like, is it not great? I bet it's not great. So it's like for those who are on the precipice of making a major life decision or a major transition in their life, or who are lost in grief and heartache.
Yep.
So obviously, the bus is not listed on the Pennsylvania Transit Authority website or any maps. It just finds you, and it takes you somewhere, depending on if you deserve it.
Oh, right. Okay.
So,
there's a bit of a sinister feeling here now.
Yeah, this whole story has a real over and undertone of being sinister, but there's a core of perhaps this is good. So it has been reported or cited in the areas in Philadelphia of West Powelton, the city center, Center City, and North Broad. And I have no idea where those places are, but if we have any listeners who are in Philly or familiar with Philly, let us know. Are those good neighborhoods? Is that the ghetto? Like, where are they? I didn't bother looking it up because I didn't have to.
Yeah, I'm going to say with absolutely no knowledge of Philly whatsoever, we'll just say it's a good area.
Yeah, exactly. Like these are rolling through gated communities.
Yeah.
Just picking up sad rich people. Which in that case, I'll tell you where that bus can take you, but we won't go there. So it is said that so the bus will appear when you're at your lowest point, and you have to flag it down, and perhaps even kind of lightly kind of chase it, and by chase it, I don't mean like a dog, I just mean kind of like it'll really kind of slowly still keep going, so you have to really act like you want to get on, like prove that you want to get on board.
This is Dublin buses, like...
I know. Well, I mean, I've been on a Dublin bus where we had to report him because he just didn't stop for like 4 stops where people were trying to flag him down.
This is what my point, like when you're trying to flag down a bus in Dublin, you have to have a certain look of desperation in your eyes for the bus driver to determine you as like worthy of him stopping the bus for you.
Like to me, it's like that scene in The Neverending Story when they're going through past those two Sphinx statues that are like, if you don't believe in yourself, they'll zap you with lasers. Like it's something similar.
Yeah, it is. But like good Irish people, we always say thank you to the bus driver when we get off because we have manners.
It could be the worst ride of your life. Like I have gotten so sick on a bus because they just like took reckless roundabout corners that they ran red lights, and as I got off I was like, thank you.
Yeah. Because it's what we do. You say thank you to the bus driver.
We are such fucking simps for the bus drivers.
It actually
they treat us so badly.
It genuinely caused a conundrum in Dublin for a while because they introduced new buses that had doors in the middle of the bus.
Yes.
And people were refusing to get out of those doors downstairs because they wanted to walk past the bus driver so they could still say thank you.
Oh, and now you just feel like you have to shout thank you.
So now you have to shout it. So,
yep.
But you still have to get the message across. And that's just... It's an important thing to do. Yeah,
for sure. Like, and sometimes don't get us wrong. You get some golden bus drivers. Like I was on a bus the other night, and like an older man was gonna get off at not the stop, like at the kind of next after stop, and he just like fell flat on his back, like out of nowhere, and the bus driver like immediately stopped and got out and was talking to him and was like, "Oh my man, let me help you," and all that. It was so lovely. However, there are also bus drivers that might be psychos. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Maybe.
But they exhibit real mean behavior.
Yeah, they do. Now, I will say, just to give the balance as well, as you've given a good story, I'll also give a good story. I remember I was getting, funnily enough, a night link home. At about 3 o'clock in the morning one Saturday night, coming home from town, had quite a few drinks. And Dara, who's actually been on the podcast, he was on this bus with me, along with some other people. And news started to spread throughout the bus that Whitney Houston had died. So the bus driver, being the sound man that he was, just allowed people to just like sing at the top of their lungs any Whitney Houston song they could possibly think of, and then he was joining in on the microphone as well.
No, that's class. I like that.
The whole bus singing Whitney Houston songs the entire way home.
It's like you're all like hammered, but like, oh, I want to dance with somebody. Yeah,
that's exactly it. And he was letting everyone join in. He was singing. Like it got to a point where like we were driving past bus stops and people were like getting off, and there was other people standing at the bus stops like laughing, but then also like you could see them genuinely being like, I want to be on that bus now. Like that is the party bus now.
Bum, 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 bum,
that's basically we were the Venga bus.
Exactly. Oh God, that's a good story. Yeah. I mean, I will also say that I have been on a Dublin bus, or no, sorry, it wasn't a bus. This was the Lewis, so this is like for those who don't know, it's like the tram system in Dublin, and I think I told you this recently, but we were near a stop where I work, which is in a really nice part of the city. Not to flex or anything, but no, we're sorry, we're not that far away from the office place when I have to go in, I go to, and there were just two people who I think were very high, who were beating the shit out of each other, and then one person just like breaks a glass bottle over the other person's head, and so there's just blood everywhere. And like, so all of us, it got really quiet on the Lewis. We were all just kind of watching what was happening. But the Lewis driver, like, what a lad, because all he did was just hit the ding button, like ding, 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 like over and over, until like both of the like individuals looked up and were like, oh, sorry, and then they just moved out of the way of the Lewis and then continued to beat the shit out of each other as we went by.
Look, those lads were raised with manners.
It's true.
Yeah.
They looked genuinely sorry. They were like, "Oh shit, like my bad." Blood everywhere, glass everywhere.
Look, we'll never know what happened to them, but they clearly had a reason for doing what they were doing, and if it's to stop them thinking of them, makes sense. So
I love the state of mind that drivers are just like ding, 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 just over and over again until they move.
Man's not paid enough to deal with this.
Nope. Okay.
Sorry.
So all right. Yeah. No. We as if y'all are still listening, y'all are fans, and you're welcome. Like we just took a detour. We're back. So we're back in Philly. You've proven that you want to get on board the bus, and the bus driver has decided that you've earned it. Because there are only two options when you see the bus: either you earn your ticket, or you watch it pass out of your life and possibly this reality. It gives no second chances to board.
Oh fuck!
I know. How fucking.
This bus is a bit of a dom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This bus has us all like chained to a wall, blindfolded.
Yeah.
So it is said that when the bus approaches, when you get on, the driver's face will be downturned beneath a blue cap and cast in shadow. There is no fare, but remember, you've already earned your ticket.
Damn.
Once aboard, the voice on the tannoy announces that the intersection that you are currently at. So it will announce wherever it is that it has picked you up. However, it does not mention any destination or upcoming stops. The driver will then silently gesture for you to take a seat without making eye contact with you, and you never see his face.
Okay. This sounds like an episode of the Magnus Archives.
I know. Which is why I loved this so much. Yeah. And I'll get into, at the end, kind of other things that I think kind of riff on this. But, okay, there may be others on the bus with you, but they pay you no mind. They're clearly caught in their own inner worlds, staring out the window or directly, blankly in front of them.
Okay, fair.
Once in your... and you will not know any of them. Yep. Once in your seat, you will fall into a kind of dazed fugue state, in which you begin to be confronted by all your inner demons, those you have been aware of and those you have that have silently haunted your subconscious.
No.
You remain in this limbo for an indeterminate and very unique individual amount of time. For some, it is moments. For others, it could be hours, days, weeks, years. You are away as long as it takes for you to overcome yourself and the things that plague you.
No, thank you. I'm okay. I don't need to get on this bus because this has just reminded me of, do you ever just randomly wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and you just randomly just remember something really cringy that you said when you were in school?
Oh God, like every day of my life.
You remember something that you said and you're just like, why did I do that?
Oh God, yeah. You're like, who was that bitch? Oh,
that's just made me think that this is basically what that bus is, and I don't need that.
Oh no, because you wake up and you're like, I don't deserve love.
Yeah,
like I am not a creature that can be shown affection.
Like a good Irish person, I just get that emotion, I just push it deep down, and never deal with it.
Turn it off like a light switch. I'm so sorry. I have sung 3 different songs on this episode. I'm so sorry.
You're lashing out some serious belters this morning, so.
Oh, thanks. I went and saw Wicked, and I knew
you were going to say you went to see Wicked.
Was I fucking delighted the whole time? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, can we...
Like, did I cry during the overture because I heard the theme of a later song that wasn't even in this film? Yes.
Can we ask someone, or maybe you can explain, Suz, what is the deal with those interviews with Ariana Grande and her co-star? I cannot remember her name. It's completely just gone from my head.
Cynthia Erivo,
yeah.
I think.
I just see these clips coming up, and the two of them are, like, openly, like, weeping, like, talking about stuff, and I don't understand it.
Oh, because, Rob, I'm afraid you've never had the pleasure and the nightmare of being in a borderline, like, codependent, completely toxic, like, weirdly romantic friendship with a girl.
No.
Like,
funnily, I haven't had that.
Yeah, you haven't experienced that, and dear Lord, when you watch it, as you basically leave your own body, you're like, oh no, because you're just like, yeah, you are just sitting in a car with them openly weeping at every point in the day.
Okay. So I'm just not the target demographic for this, is what you're saying?
Nope.
Okay, that's fair.
Nope.
Well, then I'm happy to just move on.
You could be if you were more open-minded.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
Damn.
I'm kidding.
Fucking sizzling hot take there.
That's all I've got, man. Just fucking hot takes.
Hot damn.
Suz's hot take corner. Okay, sorry, we're back. Okay, we're back on the bus.
Yeah.
So, you're being confronted by all the things that you hate about yourself and all the things you're dealing with in your life, and you are in emotional and psychological agony.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, like, as someone with a mental health condition, yeah, fair, I can see that.
Gotta make a joke.
I was like, that's when I get on any bus.
I was about to say, does this just sound like Tuesday to you?
Yes. I'm like, stop bitching. This can happen on the 37. Like, whatever. 39A, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That 39A.
Especially when it's going to UCD.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Both of us know that experience.
Yeah, and as a former UCD student, having to use the 39A, I respect it even more.
Yeah, oh yeah, someone who used to work there. Yeah. Anyway, so you're away for as long as it takes you to overcome these things, and importantly, until the bus knows where you need to go.
Okay, so the bus determines where you're going and also determines when you've dealt with enough of your inner demons, is that it?
Yeah, I guess the bus is like, I don't know, is it like the precise dose of ayahuasca you've taken in the middle of the Arizonan desert?
Yep.
To have ego death or something?
Fair, okay, so this bus is basically like an SCP.
Yes, yeah, well, it's a bit like the SCP, you know, the roller coaster?
Yeah.
That when it goes over a certain, like, thing, and people get off and they're like, I was on it for a year, and they get off, dehydrated and nearly starved to death, and yeah. So kind of similar, but, so here's where accounts start to diverge a bit. So some say you must face every mistake, every incorrect assumption, every bad karmic juju choice until you peel back yourself and know where you are supposed to be. Which sounds just fucking awful. I am haunted by the narrative and I don't want to revisit it, but you
don't necessarily need that in my life. Like, there's enough shit going on in the day to day.
I don't want to overcome my demons. I want to dance with them.
Yeah. I also just kind of want to just ignore them and just leave them alone.
Yes. Like, I'm fine with my sleep paralysis demon just being in the room. That's fine. They've never done anything to me before, and I don't think they'll start now.
Yeah, they live rent-free, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So some individuals claim to have ridden the bus and said it was the equivalent of years of torment. However, once you emerge from your daze, you are new, you are enlightened. So you tug the cord to stop the bus, and some say you find it at the same place where you were picked up. But you are different.
Okay.
Now, some say that if you work through all your trauma and issues and all that shit, you are given the gift of being taken back to a point in time and space before the problems began, but you are now equipped to do things differently.
Oh, that is... No, I'm not on...
I swear to God, if a bus takes me back to being 15, I will launch myself off a building.
That's...
like... Holy shit.
Pretty much what I was just thinking, like, no, I'm... Yeah, thanks for the gesture. As happy as I am to go back and change things. I'm also at a point where those decisions brought me to where I am currently. And I can deal with that,
yeah.
so...
Well, and can you imagine, so you find you're 15 again, but you have, like, your mid-30s consciousness.
No.
And I'm just thinking, now I just have to be around 15-year-olds all day? That's just a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, that was a problem enough for me when I was 15. I don't need to have the experience of a 30-year-old.
Oh God. Oh God. I would enjoy having my iPod Nano back. I will say that.
Yeah, that.
And I would enjoy for the last time seeing the little LimeWire icon on my desktop.
No, I have enough going now that I'm all right. Like
No, for sure. So yeah, they'll take you back to before your problems began. However, some people say if you never achieve enlightenment, or you never get your shit in a backpack and take it to the shit store, you never get off the bus. You just ride it forever, locked inside your own mind.
Oh, okay.
I know.
I'm not a fan of this bus, to be perfectly honest with you.
No. So now I want to pivot to a slightly different thing that I came across when looking at kind of like this haunted bus in a sense. So now we head to Reddit.
Of course.
So, naturally. So I found a post on the... Okay, and again, I am going to caveat this by saying I did not do a deep dive into this subreddit. They weren't quarantined or banned or anything, so like I don't think they're massively problematic in a way. However, there could be things I don't know about this subreddit. So just a caveat.
Phenomenal way to start off before you even utter a word what's come from Reddit.
Well, I'm really bad at stuff like, because I'll be like, oh yeah, I saw this weird subreddit, and I'll tell my husband, and he's like, Jesus Christ, Suz, how do you find yourself on these? And I'm like, what's wrong? And then he'll tell me like, that's the most like horrendous place on the internet because of XYZ. I'm like, but I just saw the picture of the cat. Like, that's... Like, I just find myself in terrible places just because I'm looking for like actual kittens, not like Discord kittens. But anyway, sorry, I'm just caveating. So, I found a post on this subreddit. It's called the Three Kings subreddit.
Okay.
And it has 50,000 members.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So, according to its About section, it is a subreddit to share experiences following any kind of paranormal recipe or ritual, not just the titular Three Kings. So, now I'm intrigued. Now, they want you to keep in mind the first rule on this subreddit is no fictional content.
Right, okay.
So there's that, but then there's also the top post of all time I did look up, and it's something called the Upside Down Ritual, which, as you read it, you understand is a parody paranormal retelling of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air title song. So take from this what you will.
Okay, right.
So there is a post on there kind of similar to this haunted bus. And again, I'm not going to read it from it word for word because I don't want to have to mention the author in case they are terrible people, because I'm not going to go dig in their Reddit history. I'm going to find like, oh, they're on the Three Kings subject, and also they're a racist. Yeah. Like, I don't want to know that. And I don't, so I'm just going to give a very high overview. Mm-hmm. But so they claim that it is a ritual to bring back someone you love who is dead. However, they cannot have been dead for very long, which, yikes, I'm already worried about, like, is this because of decomposition?
That's what I'm wondering.
Are we talking Pet Cemetery? I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No, thank you. But in the story, you flag down the bus by, like, creating your own ticket on a piece of paper, which, I don't know, was fun. I thought that was kind of Doctor Who psychic paper-ish. I liked it. And then you have to wait a whole fucking hour, and I thought, this person's from Dublin.
Yeah.
Like, if the next bus is in an hour and you are in a city, yeah, you're in Dublin. Also, that bus is going to be canceled.
Yep.
So it says that if you start to get the ick, like, if you start to feel weird at any point in this process, abort.
Okay.
Just fucking go. Which I'm like, I'm already, like, it's a bus. I'm already weirded out.
Yep.
But, okay. But then there's things like, specific things you should and shouldn't say to the driver. Like, you have to be super polite and say things in a particular order. And it's very reminiscent of, I don't know if you ever read the creepypasta. I think it's something like Café des Poètes or something, but it's about...
No.
It's actually, it's one of the top rated, like, ritual creepypastas. In that so what it does is it tells the story of someone who's doing a ritual they found on a creepypasta, but then it actually starts happening.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's kind of clever. Yeah. It's actually a good read. I'm sorry I can't give you a better title, but if you kind of search for that, you'll find it. I would highly recommend it. It's a good story. Yeah. But it's also very, like, the rules around it are also very reminiscent of the elevator game.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. That whole, like, if somebody gets on the 6th floor, then, like, don't look at them, that kind of... And then there's also the kind of thing of, like, if you look at the bus driver and they look back at you, but they have black eyes, then you have to say this and get off immediately, and, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's not specifically in Philly.
Okay.
However, I did think it was kind of riffing off this particular kind of haunted bus legend.
Yeah,
so,
it sounds similar enough, I suppose.
Yeah. So it's kind of that type of storytelling. Yeah. But that's honestly kind of it. Like, there are people who claim that they have either seen the bus or have been on the bus. And then there are people who say they know of people that they think were basically eaten by the bus, like, who are still on the bus. And yeah, I just thought it was, like, super fun, and it really tickled that kind of, like, urban legend scariness. Because, I think a lot of people, particularly if you're from a big city in the north, like, particularly in the northeast of America, but also, like, anywhere anywhere in Europe.
Yeah.
You've been at a bus stop by yourself at night, just hoping that a bus appears. And then what if the one that does is fucked? It's very similar to one of my favorite Magnus Archives episodes is called Underground. And it's about
exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Like a woman who gets on the tube and realizes that like something is very wrong.
Yeah.
And I think I find it so creepy, but I find it even more alarming that the demons inside are already inside you, like the calls coming from inside the house. Because I'm like, girl, please, I am just trying to get home. Do not make me confront my inner demons.
Yeah, I don't need to deal with this today. Thank you very much.
No, yeah, I have repressed very successfully for a very long time. So yeah, I know that was a short one, but hopefully it was a goodie. I hoped you liked it. I just thought it was a great urban legend that has the kind of, like, it's weird because I mean if you manage to kind of overcome it, it's really positive in a way. Like, it takes you where you need to be in your life, you know, with your purpose and all that. And then if you don't, you're stuck on it forever in eternal torment like hell.
Yeah.
And oh god, imagine if a bus came forward and it had no destination, just the glowing like number 0.
Yeah, I no, I don't need to deal with that. I'm okay. Like I'll manage.
You know what? I'm gonna call a cab. Fuck it. I will eat the €30 this is gonna cost me.
Yeah, like another way to deal with my inner demons is called like therapy or counseling. Like, I can probably work it out there.
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm willing to be on a diverse range of medication if I don't have to do this. Yeah. Like, I just need my neurochemicals balanced. I really don't need this kind of like alarming shit.
Yeah, I don't need this addition in my life. Like, I'm fine without it. So yeah, if a bus pulls up, I'll just be like, do you know what? No, I'm good, thanks.
But you have to make the decision. Like, is it like once you pass up the opportunity, you don't get it again. And I just think that's also very, very kind of sinister and creepy.
Yeah, like I'm managing enough as is. I'll still say thanks to the bus driver regardless, even if I don't get on the bus.
You get off like shaking and covered in sweat. You've been on there for, you know, the equivalent of a mind year, and you're like, thank you.
Yeah. Cheers, thanks.
Actually, that would be really accurate, because I'm just thinking like a Dublin bus that would just fucking take you back to where you started.
Yeah.
You're like, oh good, I tapped on, spent €2, and I'm just back in front of the Supermax I just rolled out of half an hour ago. It's
funny as well because, Dublin bus, when it works, it's great, but often it doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, but then...
I mean, I just think it's telling that, I mean, our Irish listeners will know, but like outside of Ireland, they recently, like Ian Rod Aaron, the Irish Rail, they have recently tried to increase the numbers of trains going places because people were like, you need more fucking trains. And so they did, but they implemented it so poorly, they had to roll back. They implemented more train times in the worst way possible, and I find that almost impressive.
Yeah, they implemented so many different train times that it caused people to miss trains, or trains just didn't turn up at all, which then drove them all to go on Dublin bus, and then Dublin bus were like, we don't have enough buses to deal with this.
Yeah, or like I know someone who works at home in Cork, but when they have to come to the office is in Dublin, and so they take the train up, and they were on their normal train, and it got stalled for an hour because there were extra trains, they had to wait for other trains to go by on the line or something.
Ireland, the Irish rail system is a very strange place, because Ireland is the only country I think I've ever been in that when you're on the train, like, there is a chance that at one point you will get a notification to say that you now have to sit for about 40 minutes on the line without moving because there's cows up ahead.
Yep.
And you just have to deal with that.
Also, you have to deal with, let's say you're up in the northwest, like you're up in Galway or something, or even like Letterkenny or whatever. You need to get down to Cork. You have to go fucking through Dublin. All train lines have to go through Dublin, like, which is not on your not the direct path you want.
Look, it's a centralized system, sis.
It's centralized in Dublin. Yeah. All roads lead to Dublin.
Exactly.
And if you think you're going to come into the train station where your next train is leaving from, you're fucking wrong.
No, absolutely
You're getting into Houston and you got to leave from Connolly.
Yeah,
fuck off.
That's it. you know, like
Sorry, that I think this has devolved into just us like slogging off the
public
the
transport
Dublin
system in
transport.
Dublin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Irish people in particular are
It could
very,
be worse,
yeah, we're very,
but it could be a lot better.
yeah, we're very passionate about our hatred of the public transport system.
Oh yeah, we are. It's like that that Curb Your Enthusiasm thing where he's like, "Fuck you and see you next week."
Yeah.
Like that's how you feel every time you get off Dublin transport.
Exactly. It's a love-hate relationship, mostly hate.
Yep.
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 Well, no, thanks
So-
for this. This is fun. I enjoyed this one. This is, yeah, it's one of those ones where, like, I just have genuinely no desire whatsoever to take part in that. Like,
Oh no, it would be such a hard nope for me because I'm like, yeah, I've known too many stories that have this kind of like, oh, you don't know where you'll end up. I'm like, oh god, it's probably worse. Like when people are like, oh, we're in late stage capitalism, and I try and think of what's next, and it's probably worse. Yeah. And that's how I feel about like the bus with no destination.
yeah.
I'm like, it's gonna take you somewhere you need to be. I'm like, it's probably hell then. Jesus.
Yeah, much like the Wicked stuff, I am just not the target demographic for this one.
No, not at all. Like, I am the target demographic for Stairs in the Woods, but I'm not the target demographic for Ghostbusts.
No.
Ghostbusts.
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 gotta bust that
To be
ghost.
fair, I want to confirm, not the target audience for Ghostbusts either. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, gotta bust that ghost.
And on that note, Rob, tell them where they can find us.
You can get us on Instagram at the Spooky AF Pod. You can reach us on Threads as well at the same username. You can get us on Gmail at the Spooky AF Podcast at gmail.com. We're also on YouTube, and I may look into see if we can also get the account Ghostbusts. So.
Oh, I do want to say, like, thank you so much to people who have been tagging us because we're in their, like, top listened to podcasts on Spotify Wrapped.
Oh my
like,
god,
that is
it was
so sweet. And Rob sent me like a DM that was sent to us, and I legitimately started crying.
Yeah, it was
because it was
from Eddie, and it was such a just genuinely beautiful message. We were so happy, so thank you for that. Really loved it.
And it just makes us like keep wanting. I mean, we would want to anyway because we just enjoy doing this. But it's so nice to know that other people are like into it and find it fun. And yeah,
we
like,
had people people tell us that they think that we're basically like friends to them now, and I was just like, oh fuck.
and you know what? We fucking are.
Yeah, we absolutely are. But I was like, damn, like that fucking hit hard.
It did. I was like, oh god. I heard the overture from Wicked, and then I started crying. And then, so yeah, it's been a week.
It's been a week,
so,
but thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, and we love that type of engagement, and would like love to hear from y'all more about things you want to hear or things that you really like or appreciate or whatever. We find that's just really fun.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
I think we've proven that we have a very positive community, and we're all about that, you know.
And we're gonna fucking keep it.
Bit
that
of
way.
positivity,
So,
people sharing the love. It's been lovely. Suz now
just
has
playing
discovered
with us on the
that she's-
paranormal playground.
Yeah, Suz is all in for ghost busting now as well. So
Oh god. Oh no.
you're not gonna live this one down. So
Well, now I'm just thinking. Okay, last note. I'm just thinking of Randy from South Park in that episode where there's like no internet, but like you get like 5 minutes internet, so naturally he uses it to jack off, and then when they come in and just like everything's covered in semen,
It's a ghost.
and he's like, "It was a ghost, ectoplasm."
bless him. It's a spooky ghost.
It's a spooky ghost. So on that note, have a great week, y'all. We'll talk to you soon.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
Bye.